Hello, everyone, and no one. Welcome to another Talking Into the Void. I got some stuff we can pause to talk about today, but with me, as always, is Tier Alexander. And he's still muted for making his cup of tea, so let him finish with that.
I'm here.
How you doing?
I'm good. Making my cup of tea.
It's always good. And joining us as well as Angela. Angela, how you doing?
Doing okay. Trying not to yawn. Sorry.
Can't really hear much with Tier banging all his dishes around trying to make his cup of tea.
Hey, this is Drink Kings.
I was trying not to yawn, but failing miserably. For some reason, the void calls us awfully late.
Well, like I said, it's like you're trying not to yawn. Tier's doing the over-exaggerated thing of like having to slam shit down. God, he's like, I'm a man, damn it.
I got to slam everything, damn it.
Yeah, I was telling Angela I got the fun of finding out my my old camera, my PowerShot SX 30 from Canon that I bought like in 2010 or 11 does not have an actual mic port, so my lapel mic wouldn't work on it anyways. It's not wanting to work on my freaking phone. But it works on my computer, so I can at least use that when I'm actually recording videos at home. And whenever I buy a newer camera or camcorder, I can do that. Or it should have the mount or port for it. Otherwise, I haven't done jack shit today. I don't know about you guys.
I've done a couple of things, but nothing major.
Well, I was at work most of the day.
Yeah, basically, I other than like at most, like I went and did a little grocery shopping and did my laundry.
There it is.
Then I saw a thing on Twitter about Beyonce again, of them saying some dumb shit and someone being like, I don't see why everyone doesn't like her. What's good reason for it? And a bunch of people basically go and give reasons. She's like, I don't believe it.
I don't like her.
Beyonce.
I don't like her because I don't like her.
Yeah.
I don't need a reason not to like her.
Well, like what are actual, like, they're like, are there any legitimate reasons not to like her? And people brought up like legitimate things and they're like, I don't believe that.
I got two. I don't like what she did with her so when she was in Destiny's Child, there were about at least two other girls that she fucked over. Because if you notice, only Kelly Rowland came out and was with her, not the other two, the original Destiny Child members.
Yeah, well, a lot of that
and
was,
even Kelly Rowland got fucked over.
A lot of that was also, from my understanding, was this isn't, supporting Beyonce, but was mostly done by her father back then.
Yeah, he was her manager, but he did dick those two over.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same issue I had with Brandy and Candace Vaughn. When Candace Vaughn was on Moesha, and you could hear her fucking singing, and she did sound fucking way better than Brandy. Yeah, so again, I don't like Brandy because of that shit. Don't dick over friends.
What?
Oh fuck! Who's that? It's a bastard.
How you doing?
Hello.
Oh god.
I am 6 of 2 threes.
Bastard of nine fathers. Got it.
No, I am 6 of 2 threes. Resistance is probably going to be very easy.
Resistance. Oh, we were saying if they made the board gay, Resistance is fabulous.
I again say, how do you make something that's already gay?
You can make
Can
a
you,
gator.
can you remember Star Trek: The Next Generation, the role-playing game?
No.
No.
I used to run it. I used to run a campaign called Dark Space.
Okay.
I decided the supernatural was real.
Okay.
Couldn't be explained by science or anything like that, and it fucking worked. I had a portion of the Borg collective had been possessed by a demon,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously excised from the rest of the Borg before it took over the entire collective. They were called the Necroborg.
Okay.
Their ships, their ships were cubes, but they were made out of bones
Nice.
with a ram's skull on each face.
That just sounds like the Reavers.
Yeah, but they
The
were
Borg.
kind of were, but they would come on and resistance is enjoyable.
They're not going to assimilate you. They're just going to carve you
Or
up.
they'd assimilate you, but you'd be you'd be screaming in terror while they did it.
Oh, they wouldn't numb you.
No, they'd chase and terrorize you before they actually assimilated you.
Makes sense.
I mean, when I first introduced the players to it, it was they discovered on this starbase there was stories about this the Ghostless Constitution class ship, right?
Okay.
So they went out to look at it, and they worked out. They actually saw this ghost of a Constitution class, right?
Okay.
And they worked out where it had gone, right? Because it was a ship that had been registered missing in like the 23rd century.
Did you do a Event Horizon on me?
No.
Okay.
Way better. They find it, right? It's orbiting this
Right.
planet. It's obviously been there for what 80, 90 years. But the life support systems are working. The beam on board, and they found that all the human crew members were perfectly preserved. The non-human crew members basically rotted away, and there was a reason for this. Because the crew of this ship didn't realize that they'd had a vampire on board.
Ah.
And all of the human crew had become vampires.
All the non-human crew were incompatible.
Yeah. And just killed. And phasers don't work on vampires.
They died.
And, it's seen as they're human vampires. It has to be Earth's sun.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
I mean, I'll still say this for a lot of things, and that when you think the vampires that would also become very malnourished and everything, because with no other humans and them all being turned, they would have nothing to feed on.
Yeah,
but themselves.
That's why they were basically asleep.
Remind me never to play a D&D Star Trek game.
See, something like that, I kind of like that. There's I could see it's like some of them have that like they walled themselves off to be putting that, but some of them went on like a regression thing.
I got one for you.
Driven crazy by that.
I got a question for you.
Hold on. I will admit I hadn't thought that far. But yeah, I like that.
What about the half-breed humans?
Dead.
They're just incompatible.
Yeah.
What about the humanoid the species that are close to the cousin of humans?
Dead, Tyr.
Dead.
If they're not human, they're dead.
I'm just asking a question. God damn.
He answered the question already.
Next one, Tyr's like, so what about the cousins that are twice involved but secondly removed but married in?
Yeah, what about in-laws?
Oh god.
Humans.
I'm gonna like
Sean said it now.
I'm just asking a question.
Oh, yeah, and this is where I realised that I'd gone overpowered, so I had to put a MacGuffin in to help the players. Yeah, so I give them.
Mhm.
No, I give him the ghost of the captain of the Constitution class.
He's just all.
Uh.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun playing an Andorian ghost.
Nice. So would they have mutilated Tellarites?
The what?
I
So
have
they,
no idea what he just said.
Something
said
about
the-
Tellarites.
yeah. Would the Tellarites turn? I
Dead.
mean, dead. Okay, just making sure.
Oh God,
He's,
Tyr,
yes, ma'am.
if you ask if anything that is in any way not human would turn, I am going to find a way to reach through this computer and beat the living crap out of you.
Oh, if you hold on, I'll DM you
Consider
some
the
technical.
question asked and answered.
What about Borg?
Hold on a minute, Grey Wolf. If you want, I can DM you some technical blueprints, which will allow you to do just that.
Hey, what's up, Badger?
Yo, Badger. I love you, Angela. Don't beat me up. I like
Mushroom,
Badger.
mushroom.
I like life.
Mushroom. I didn't actually know you were streaming.
Yeah,
I just popped in
hey,
because I saw you.
Roger.
Yeah, typically if we're in any of the ones that aren't general, it's usually going to be a stream.
What channel?
Oh, mine. Tyr
Ah.
always uses StreamYards.
Yeah.
I rarely ever do because I haven't figured out all of the stuff for it yet.
Found it talking into the void.
Yeah, I usually use StreamYards and for the meetings, and I just sit in gaming. You're welcome to join us at any time.
I was in a Kefki stream, but I was in a chat, but I left because I was going to go and play some games, and then I saw, this lot are in Discord. I'll go and join them.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well definitely.
Rotten, by the
30.
way, my brother agrees with you on the being surprised that they didn't keep a few humans alive to snack on.
Yeah.
I mean, Earth is a long way from where they were.
Yeah. The way I designed the vampires is they were, yes, they had human level intelligence because they were originally humans, but they're taken over by the curse. They need to feed on basically snack on a full human once a night.
And well,
Ah.
they only have to feed like that because if it's based on how all vampires are portrayed in movies, they waste fucking 60% of the blood.
Yes.
Not mine. Hollow fangs.
Ah.
Well, still, when they bite into them, there's always the blood that comes out and whatnot, and they always end up taking their mouth out to be like, "Oh, this is so good," and there's a bunch that leaks out.
Yeah, if they do that. But if they're done sensibly, they don't do that until they're finished feeding.
Yeah.
It's like a York. They like bite into a York peppermint patty.
Don't forget, vampires don't need to breathe.
Angel, what was that
Don't
for?
need to, but they still do stupid shit because they're not omniscient.
Yeah, that's also because they're not being run by a games master. I mean, there's another advantage because they use vampires in a later episode. Then, well, I said they don't need to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
That means they don't need pressure suits.
And they can walk out on in space.
Yeah.
That's going. That's definitely gonna have to go with the supernatural things. It's gonna fall in that whole thing of like they
Partially, yeah,
still
because-
have liquids in their body that would boil
Yes.
and
No, they wouldn't.
crystallize.
No, they wouldn't. That's you watch enough Skylab stuff, not Skylab, ISS stuff. That doesn't happen. The pressure of your veins is enough to stop your blood from boiling. It wouldn't crystallize because it's not going to freeze because it takes a hell of a long time for heat to radiate in a vacuum, which is why vacuum flasks work. All you have to do is get rid of the internal pressure from your lungs, which is quite easy.
Especially when you don't breathe.
Yeah. And you're good to go.
I like to have the what is the concept that
I mean,
vampires, they all their organs are atrophied,
Yeah.
and they're feeding, not necessarily taking in the blood per se, the liquid of it, but the essence.
I've got to agree with Clown there. I like 30 Days of Night as well. They concentrated more on the animalistic side of vampirism.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, because as soon as you get into the whole thing of like having vampires, you basically have to go into, yes, the supernatural exists, because any other way, it just doesn't work with biological factors.
No, it doesn't.
There are
can't.
Actually, it
some
does.
there are some animals that can, but with how humans are, it doesn't work.
The only time I've seen it work was in the first Blade movie.
It does. You can have a biological reason why it would leeches, mosquitoes. They feed on blood.
How small are they?
They're well, depending on the leech.
And how small and how simplistic are leeches and mosquitoes?
Well, they're rather simplistic creatures, but again, you can still have.
In comparison to a human being, but
my point is that there are something biological that you would consider a vampire that does feed on blood.
Yes,
Fucking bed bugs.
yes, but as well. And
politicians.
hold on. In those types of things, those are completely specific organisms that evolved to have that. You wouldn't be able to
Yeah.
just have humans get bit by something and immediately then go into, I now have to feed on blood.
Oh well,
No.
no.
Even in
That's why I said
Richard
you
Matheson's,
still have to have the supernatural portion of it.
well,
Or you could have that they're a separate human species.
even in no, they're not. Even in Richard
Oh
Matheson's
my God.
hold on, Richard Matheson's book I Am Legend, right?
Mhm.
Mhm.
It wasn't a virus; it was a bacteria. It ended up killing the horse, but it revives the horse in symbiosis. The bacteria needs the blood to survive, but in turn, the bacteria keeps the horse alive.
And that's again why you'd have to go in the supernatural, because if you're talking about the
Yeah.
the aphatry of the organs and everything, the body would have to go into rigor, and you'd have to have some form of magic in there, because if you don't, the blood still has to circulate nutrients around the body somehow.
I'm not arguing that.
Quite literally, without getting into the supernatural aspect of it, everything else against it is biologically impossible with how
Do you know
organisms
what
as
the
we
funny
currently know
thing
work.
about this argument is? If the supernatural exists, it's not supernatural.
Yeah.
It's biological.
Well,
Right. It's just scientific. It's just we
I
don't
was
know how to
gonna say
explain
it's
it yet.
just natural.
We just haven't figured out how to crack the code.
Yeah. And scientists will admit it's highly likely we do not know all the laws of the universe.
oh, that's a
It's-
given. It's just one of those things that, based upon the
Like you-
biology of what humans have and everything, you would basically, for a lot of these types of creatures and everything, would have to have magic.
Shit.
Sorry, I'll let you continue.
I'm about to say, in theory, there could technically be an animalistic creature that is the size of a moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we don't know all the laws of of the universe. Like we there could be a species that literally does grow to a massive size. They're very few, or maybe they have a
Yes, there are. We call them land wheels.
no.
And-
Well, yes.
And just a second there, Tyrion.
Really quickly, congratulations, Travis.
Thank you.
Oh, hey Travis, I didn't realize you. Before
Hello,
we get into
Travis,
that,
why are we congratulating you?
well, hold on.
Yes. That's
Before
what
we
I
get
wanna
into that, and Mr. Scott, I can explain Spider-Man. It's called fiction. But yes,
Yeah, that's
yes, Tragic. Congratulations on proposing and getting said yes to.
Thank you. Oh God, no, tragic. Oh God, where's the jaded bastard at? Congratulations, tragic.
I've actually heard some scientists saying, because we don't know, it's likely we don't know all the laws of the universe. You take that to a logical extrapolation. People like Spider-Man or even Superman could exist somewhere.
Yes,
In
but as
theory,
we
yeah.
know them currently, we know that as being a work of fiction.
And then if you also add the modern worlds, the many worlds into that, they do.
There could be a planet where blood flows like water from the sky.
Yes, but
Ooh.
only when Jeremy Irons says, "Let their blood rain from the skies." Hey, that's the thing. The many worlds theory. You know what that actually means? Yeah. Anything that can actually happen has happened in an alternate universe, right?
Well, that wouldn't be a many worlds theory. That'd be a many universes theory.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing as from my understanding. But
well, we know other worlds exist because we consider worlds planets. Those are things we consider more synonymous.
When they coined the term many worlds theory, they actually meant alternate universes.
Mm-hmm.
But with that idea, right? Anything that can happen has happened somewhere in another universe. That means that every work of fiction that could happen in the real world has actually happened in another universe.
That means in some universe, Tyr is white.
Oh, God.
I said fiction that can happen.
Jesus. And there's a universe where you're black. Ugh. The horror.
Yeah, well, that's just because I slept out in the sun not too long one summer.
There's a universe where you're
I'm just waiting. Oh my God! Now, Tyr, all I'm thinking of is there's a universe where it's like I'm black, you're white. We go over Jordan Peele. It's like we go over a different Jordan Peele who's white. All of the movies are the same except for the races are reversed.
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
So we're streaming together. So we go to stream because Black Me is like, I want to see if these Jordan Peele movies are racist.
But there's also in that universe in the 60s you had the men's liberation movement.
In the universe,
where they were burning their jock straps.
Nice.
Brother,
yes, I stole that from Red Dwarf.
My brother comes up with, ask how big a leech is if you're Will Wheaton in Stand By Me.
Oof.
Well, how big was Will Wheaton?
He was like 12.
Yeah, but how tall was he?
Wasn't
4 foot tall?
No. Like,
I mean, we've seen politicians, so we know leeches can get to be massive.
Well, there you go. The leech was 5'2", 5'2".
No.
Yes, Will Wheaton is a leech.
I understood what you meant, and that was not what was meant by the question.
Well, that's the answer you're getting.
Will Wheaton's a jackass who I actually wish would have been properly loved as a child, so he wouldn't be this fucking retarded as an adult.
Yeah, because the sad thing is, he was a good actor, a very good actor.
No, he wasn't. He
Yes,
was a
he
tolerable
was.
actor.
Put it this way: if anybody else had taken the part of Wesley Crusher, that character would have been far more hated than it already is.
Shut up, Wesley.
Will Wheaton was a very good actor.
Yep.
All you have to do is watch Stand By Me or Boy Soldier.
For a lot of things, like anything else, you always have to go upon, like, well, who was their director in this whole situation, and were they following the direction that they were given?
Even with direction, you've still got to be able to act well. But I often wonder what would have happened if Macaulay Culkin had gotten the part of Wesley Crusher.
Poor Macaulay.
But the thing is, that character was originally meant to be a girl. Will Wheaton's agent just convinced him to go along for the audition.
So it would have been
Leslie Crusher.
Leslie Crusher.
Oh, shit.
Hello, K-Show.
They just turned around and
Yeah. I mean, apparently they didn't even change any of the scripts.
Hi, K-Show.
You okay?
Oh, and hi, Mr. Scott.
Yeah, Stand By Me was a good movie. One of the last coming of age movies to be made, I think.
No, I'm pretty sure there's been more coming of age movies.
I disagree with that, but
Scooby-Doo the movie does not count.
I'm not talking about Scooby-Doo the movie.
I actually like that movie. I know, unpopular opinion.
I like
Scooby Dooby
it,
Doo.
but it was not a
Where
coming
are
of age
you?
story.
I know I was just being an ass.
I know. I'm just saying you're not the only one that likes you.
Yeah, but did you like the second one as well, though?
It was not.
You're ready for
I actually thought it was amusing having them fight the monsters and them being real ghosts and stuff for a change.
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
Well, I mean, in several of the animated movies and whatnot, they had actual ghosts and demons and whatnot that they had
Yeah.
to deal with.
Not in Scooby Doo, no.
No, usually what they were fighting was real people.
Yep, in
But
costumes.
they
No,
turned
no.
around and like the in several of the movies, the ghost or the person who does magic actually existed. It just wasn't the villain.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Or
It wasn't in
that's
the
not
actual.
true. Because
It
you
wasn't
got
in the mainstream Scooby Doo. It was in like Scooby Doo and the 13 Ghosts, where they worked with Vincent Price or something, and it was just Shaggy, Scooby, and Daphne. I know my Scooby Doo, my friend.
yeah. I don't trust you.
I don't trust you. You're
Yeah, I
really
don't
old
trust
man Jenkins.
He's I would have gotten away with it if you weren't for you meddling kids.
I still think the best episode to involve Scooby Doo was the Johnny Bravo episode.
My glasses, my
disagree.
glasses. I can't see without my glasses. My glasses, my glasses. I can't be seen without my glasses.
Don't worry, I don't bite. Does she?
My favorite was either Scooby Doo meets Sonny and Cher or Scooby Doo meets Jonathan Winter.
What about the Supernatural Scooby Doo episode?
I don't think that was during my time.
Oh, the Winchester. It was an episode of Supernatural
Mhm.
where the Winchester brothers get pulled into Scooby Doo world.
Yeah,
Nice.
I don't think that was
It
during
was
my
brilliant.
Supernatural time either. I think
I'm
that
pretty
was
sure it
after
wasn't
I
they got
stopped
pulled
watching.
in. I'm pretty sure it was probably they get pushed in.
Yeah, pushed in. Yeah,
Because that's how about it happens usually with everything.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that
It
was
was
after I stopped watching
it
Supernatural.
was some malevolent child ghost that was being forced to haunt this house. But it was
Oh.
brilliant because they totally destroyed the Scooby Gang's worldview by proving that this ghost is a real ghost. And then they've got to fix. Then they convince this ghost to help them fix it so that it restores their faith in there being no ghosts. Brilliant! It was brilliant.
But yeah, don't get me wrong, I watched a lot of Supernatural, but I
Did
think
you
that one came around after I stopped
Yeah.
watching.
Did you ever see the one with the wishing well?
I don't think
I
I've
wish
seen
I'd have
that
kept
one.
up with it.
I got
Don't
up
remember.
to I think it was like 9 or 10 for seasons, and I've had to go back again because I can't remember half of what the fuck is going on. I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
in my opinion, after season 2 and like into 3, it gets kind of shitty because like, and they go super hard into the whole like, oh, it's just Western religion that's good, or it's like it's the one that's leading everything, and it's Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
I liked when they had like really no religion was anything above
Yeah.
others, and it was more just a matter of faith.
Yeah. I've got to agree with that though. But
I don't know. I
for
like
the demographic, for the demographic they were aiming at, that's the way they felt they had to go.
Mm-hmm.
I liked when the stories were less you have to have watched what happened the week before in order to understand what's going on.
I like
liked
the one. Sorry, go ahead.
better when I liked it better when it was more like
Monster of the
episodic
week.
and you just had the
Mm.
that's what I was looking.
The character I hated the most on that show was Felicia Day's character, Charlie Bradbury.
I hated Felicia Day in general.
Yeah. because she was an absolute Mary Sue in that show.
And she was mid at best and retard at worst. And she was like Jessica Chobot. She should never have gotten anything more than what she had.
Dear, if I had to crawl over you to get to her in bed, I would get up, go downstairs, make a cup of tea, and put the telly on.
Granted, she did have nice tits.
My brother calls
Yeah.
Scooby Doo WrestleMania Mystery best
No,
Scooby Doo episode.
never heard of that one.
Scooby-Doo's ruined for me.
Why?
Why?
I married Velma.
No, you married someone. No, you
Hey.
married someone who looked like Velma.
Look,
It
Yes.
could have been worse. You could have married Shaggy.
Oh,
ugh.
Because I'm pretty sure if you'd have married someone with Velma's actual personality, you'd still be married.
Especially if she looked like the Velma from the Scooby-Doo movie.
If I married somebody with Velma's personality, I probably wouldn't be on here right now.
I feel like somebody like Linda Cardellini a lot.
Oh, she was miscast in that because Velma's not supposed to be gorgeous.
Right, depending on your
Supposed to be
idea of
bad
gorgeous.
looking either. She's just
She's not-
supposed to be nerdy.
Yeah,
But
they
if you look at the way she was drawn, she was very plain.
She was a little bit chunky and
She's perfect.
I don't think she was chunky.
no, she just wore more over an oversized shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was that sweater.
And then all the live action movies after the first two just went downhill and degraded.
Fine. What did you think about the Scooby-Doo who featured in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
God, I don't even remember that. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
They come across the mystery machine, climbing the back. Yeah, they get baked basically.
Mm.
Like I said, it's been so long. I can't even remember what the fuck happened in that movie other than they steal not a chimp, an orangutan.
Mhm.
I don't remember that bit.
Yeah, Jane Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then they also have the one chick's the female freaking thieves. That one falls in love with Jay, and then he gives her. I just remember he gives her the nickname of Boo Boo Kitty Fuck. And when they go to do their
That-
final fight, there it's like, how about it's okay? I use this kung fu against you. I'll counter that with this. Oh, how about I just go at you with, bitch, my man ain't your baby's daddy.
Okay.
Yeah, that movie had Mark Hamill absolutely loving his role.
Oh, he just had a blast with that one because he
Oh,
wasn't meant to be taken seriously.
What was he playing? I never seen Jake and Rob Strike Back.
Cock knocker.
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Oh.
it's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back thing.
I refuse to. After what fucking Kevin Smith has done, fuck him. I don't want to remember what.
Yeah, it's the content of his work before they started putting woke in everything that I like. I saw what to me was the best movie of 2024. Finally, yesterday,
What was that?
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Still haven't seen that.
It was so good.
Oh, it was.
Oh, it was good.
I mean, that bit where he goes into the bar in this other universe and I'm looking for Wolverine. Wolverine gets off the stool and he's like comic book size accurate Wolverine or
Yes.
over accurate. Oh, look at you! Aren't you a cutie little Wolverine? Brilliant.
It was so good. It was so good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it at some point.
So,
So how you
I'm
been,
not gonna
Travis?
spoil anything for you,
Oh.
but Ryan Reynolds plays Deadpool,
Yes.
but not every Deadpool.
That's
Yeah, you
true.
got Gwenpool and
No, you've got
Oh.
Lady Deadpool.
You should. I don't understand why they didn't have Gwenpool.
They had Dogpool.
Because Gwenpool is an abortion that should never have been written.
She still is the Deadpool. She's Gwenpool.
She's not a Deadpool.
She's not a Deadpool. She's just someone who calls herself that. She doesn't have a healing factor or any of that.
Nope.
Well, there was. Never mind. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah,
Damn
you
it.
don't want to spoil it.
So what's up, Travis?
You
Well,
okay?
so far, we were out driving yesterday. She wanted to take a she wanted to take a trip around. She's talking about taking a road trip from here all the way from like going up to Las Vegas, Northern California, and then up into Washington State and then back down.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, I want to go to Las Vegas. She wants to see all the sights in Las Vegas, go to the shows and everything else. And I blurt out,
And SHOT Show's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. But I blurt out, since we're in Vegas, we should just get married there.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
And just a few beats later, I'm like, huh.
She didn't want to get married by Elvis.
No. No, she's completely for it because she found at the Excalibur Hotel they do D&D themed weddings.
Oh my God!
It's really okay.
I hope you have found your keeper, if you know what I mean.
I hope you found your player too, your permanent player too.
Yeah.
I am.
So basically, she hit you with a nat 20.
Nope, he failed his charisma check.
No, yeah, but she got.
He failed successfully.
I was gonna say he clearly didn't fail because he got the girl.
Eh.
I think it was probably 2 nat 20s on charisma rolls. And neither roll was opposed.
He's like, I'm just going to throw pickles at the wall and see if they stick. And they did. And he's just like, well, damn.
Seriously, though, Tragic, it's always good to hear some really nice news like that.
It is. And congratulations, my friend.
Makes you feel a little bit better inside.
I'm still jealous.
No.
I've only had like maybe 2 panic attacks since then, so I mean.
And Tyr, from what I'm aware of, you're technically not jealous. You're envious.
Yeah, you're going to be like my friend. He got married, right? He was nervous all the way through. Then she got pregnant. Then it was time to take her to the hospital. Yeah, to deliver the baby. Yeah, so grabs her bag, runs to the car, lays the back of the car, and speeding off to the hospital. He's stopped by the police. Yeah, you're speeding. Yeah, why are you speeding? Well, I'll take my wife to the hospital. She's about to give birth.
Where's she at?
By yourself, sir. Yeah. So he has to convinces this copper to follow him back. Gets back to his house, and there she is sitting on her suitcase, fuming.
Honestly, God, that sounds like something I would do.
Yeah.
He forgot her on the way to the hospital.
Yeah.
Hey.
The way the story finishes is the copper gives them a lift with the sirens on, so they get there within plenty of time.
Cool.
Nice.
And this was the mid to late 80s, so.
You could say it was a plan.
Yeah.
Nah, he was too highly strung for that at that point. And he actually said a line before it appeared on TV. He comes out and he goes, "She's giving birth." And I was, "What is it?" He goes, "It's a baby."
Oh, this
It's
this
none of
is
those.
fun. Travis's potential D&D themed wedding ties back to Scooby-Doo. Matthew Lillard makes D&D themed liquor.
Noise.
That's the guy who played Shaggy, right?
Yep.
That
Friend
dude's a
of
good
mine,
actor, in my opinion.
A friend of mine makes
He's
what
a
he
great
calls Klingon blood wine.
And
A coworker of mine has made Buzz beer.
Yeah, but his is that it's actually it's rum
and
with
Tier,
grape wine added into it, extra sugar, fermented even more, and you could strip paint with that fucking stuff.
nice. And Tier, to go with the whole thing with Travis as well. You also have to remember, Tragic does this thing that we don't do. He goes out and he meets people.
Ugh.
I was one of those
Heresy.
kinds.
Ugh.
I mean, he doesn't fully do it by choice. I mean, it does help that he meets people because of being, an appliance repairman and everything.
I mean, those types.
Right.
But he does the social thing, even if by force.
I do as
Yeah.
well whenever I see some coworkers, but half time I'm back all by myself.
I like being unsocial.
She she's see, the thing is that she has some weird. Well, she does have some unusual interest. She's really into crystals,
So.
like healing powers of crystals.
Oh Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
Ah.
well, here's the good thing is that being possibly on the spectrum, I really like rocks. So
so it works out.
Yeah, so don't tell me you lie them on her chest and you get your own. You lie them on you lie them on her stomach before you go to bed, and you can get your rocks off that way. That failed to land.
That
I'm
really
sorry, I should have
failed
thought
to
that.
land.
That failed to
and-
launch.
Travis, just let that one lie.
Travis basically pulls a freaking donkey from Shek more often, goes
Yeah.
over to her house when she gets a really big crystal, and he's like, "That's a nice boulder."
I really like that boulder.
Oh god, I like that one. What was it? That meme, yeah. I killed a dragon. I rode a dragon donkey. There was just this grin on his face.
Here's the there's one thing, and on Friday night she has her online D&D game, and it's like, I forgot to bring my computer, and I'm like, well, you can use mine. And she started Googling something, and I walked out. I didn't care. I did the ultimate male trust. I let a significant other possibly see my Google history.
Why not?
Look, we know you look up X-rated appliances. You're into that type of shit. It's okay.
Yeah, but he's actually looking up the technical specifications so he can fix them.
And then the other, and then the night that did the other part of the night, she went on like a tirade about about certain things coming from certain labs being caused by certain people in our government that we can't really talk about on YouTube.
Ah, right.
Basically, she
in
had
that
an
case,
Uber-based moment.
I shall be right back.
Again, she had a couple of them.
Okay.
But then afterwards, after the whole marriage proposal, she's sitting around and she's like, I can't wait till we buy a house together. And I'm in the kitchen at this point, and I just kind of, oh no. And so she's
What, are
like,
both of you in apartments?
yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm in my rental house. And she's like, well, and she's going through listings. She's like, there's a whole bunch of fixer-uppers in here.
Oh God, no.
Mm-mm.
Fixer-uppers aren't what they used to be, and they still cost too much.
So I made her watch the absolutely horrible movie, The Money Pit.
Oh,
And she's still looking and said, do we have to watch that movie again until we understand? Because the only good part of that movie is when Tom Hanks has that breaking down laughter. You will hear that from me. I've had that laugh many times in my life. She's like, well, you're really good at working on stuff. You're really good at, you know how to do all this stuff.
Yes, as a job, not everyone wants to do that on their own houses.
Exactly.
And it's not like it was back in the day where you could get a fixer-upper to where it would cost you, 70, 80,000 plus more dollars less than it would for a regular house. And you could save up some money, work on some of the stuff you can work on, and pay someone to do the stuff you can't work on, and it wouldn't and you'd still end up on ahead. Now they're basically wanting like the prices if it didn't have anything wrong with it, for even when it's still a fixer-upper.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. I mean, that was kind of my point. It's like
The other thing is that you'd have to probably explain to her is like, you don't want to just have somebody burned out if they're constantly having to have it, that they're repairing stuff all day as a job, and they have to come home and on all their weekends and everything, they really don't get a break, and they're constantly gonna be working on the house. You're gonna
They're not gonna
strain a
be happy.
relationship very, very fast.
Yeah.
If that's not shit they're into and enjoy, and they don't get a break, they're gonna get pissed and shit's gonna get rough.
because she's been around me working on appliances. She's been working on the car. She hasn't been around me with carpentry.
Oh God, carpentry I get kind of super anal about
Mm-hmm.
because you want
Like
to.
I can, she's like, I can help. It's like, you don't understand with some of this. With plumbing and carpentry, I'm going to turn into like Gordon Ramsay.
Yep.
Because number one, get anal about it. Number two, don't particularly like it.
Oh yeah, that's how my dad is. My dad knows quite a bit about it, and that's why he, like, once I had a better understanding when I'd help him out with that stuff, like I'd ask questions from time to time, but it wasn't like, why are you doing it that way? Isn't there an easier way? It's like, why is it being done this way? So I understand. And he's like, I've never has a problem with that.
really quick. My brother says you should have showed her Amityville Horror.
It's like, I'm pretty sure, like, when my brother finally got his license, it's the reason why he was mostly gone. He got tired of having to work with my dad when they had to work on stuff.
Ooh.
My dad wasn't
Ryan.
my dad wasn't one of the ones to be like, you're gonna yell at you because you're not holding the light right. What?
Right. Check this out. I'm sending it to you on. I'm tagging you in on Discord. Oh, well, God damn it! There's an
All you just had to say is you
I mean,
posted.
not Discord.
Twitter.
Yeah.
I did post on Discord the Paul Harrell action figure.
God rest that man's soul.
Who?
Paul Harrell.
What
Really?
did he do?
Well, he ended up getting, I believe it was pancreatic cancer. He was a gun tuber who did firearms reviews, ammo reviews. He did a really good breakdown of the Miami-Dade incident.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And like unlike other like gun tubers, kind of hate that term, but we're just going with it. It was just simple.
Yeah. He was the one that would go through when he would do explanations on something, especially if it was more of an off the cuff and not pre-thought out. He'd be like, this is going to be long-winded, and he's like kind of drawn out, dry, and you're going to have to forgive me for my Shatner-esque pauses. Like, give me a second. I'm because he's done a few different breakdowns of different incidences and whatnot, and he was just a genuinely cool person about it. One of the big things I liked about him was comparatively to a lot of other, like, you're looking at people that like sell guns and go over like training and everything. Like he still does say it, like go for a lot of that. But like instead of having someone be like, okay, you have to send them to a gun store where they have to buy this gun, this amount of mags, this holster, all the stuff, and all of a sudden, you know, this person who doesn't have a lot of money is going thousands of dollars into debt. When he can just have them get ammo for the 38 special revolver that was left by Grandpappy and work with that until they can afford something better later on. Yeah, now the channel's being run by his brother, and I've kind of lost interest because I'm not the biggest fan of his brother. He's all right, but just I like some cops, and I'm just not the biggest fan of his. Like he's all right, he's not Paul. Paul had that great storytelling. I mean, for Christ's sake, the man recorded a video, called it "I'm Dead," and quite literally said, like, a day after I die, post this. Like when he was doing some of the testing for some of the stuff, like when he busted out the old timey of like like you would see for Dirty Harry for a lot of them, for like the cops dress stuff like that. He gets into full thing for that and does the like squat, lean forward with one hand, kind of fanning out the left hand for stability, and fires like that.
He apologized for dying.
Mm-hmm.
He apologized for dying?
Yeah. The only ever disagreement I had with him was when he had a misconception of what FUD was. He thought FUD meant someone who just got their knowledge from shooting and whatnot, from hunting and being an outdoorsman and like plausibly doing like ranch stuff and whatnot. And it's like, no, a FUD is someone who's like Elmer Fudd of the only these things that typically I like are okay. Because it's like, you got to remember with Paul Harrell, he still likes all the semi-autos and stuff like that. So he's not a FUD.
Mr. Scott said the in bed episode was the best. Were the best.
That was a really good one.
So if you have a gun like this under your pillow, you probably are single.
He's done that. Then the bed one. He's done the shooting a gun from a pocket jacket, shooting a gun from your shorts pocket, and legitimately like stood there, had a gun in his pocket of his shorts, and fired through the shorts.
One of the interesting videos he had was like when he discussed negligent discharge and accidental discharge, and how they happen, and the easiest way to prevent them from happening.
I have to say that bringing up negligent and accidental discharge right after you talk about in bed, excellent choice.
Yeah, and his holiday specials were good too. I put the one to the Miami-Dade incident because it's one of my favorite, the 1986 Miami-Dade shooting. His analysis of it.
He had a strong opinion on Pop-Tarts.
Yes. Except no substitutes.
Okay.
As
He
in
even made Pop-Tart
the
ads.
breakfast pastry?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he was, again, had in the military in 2 different branches, I believe it was. I think he went from like the army to the corps to the army. I can't remember exactly. Had some law enforcement stuff as well, but he was really into the outdoor stuff. So like his holiday specials for like Christmas and Thanksgiving, quite literally, he would bust out those old cast iron pots and stuff, and then cook on those over charcoal bits and whatnot, and just it was great. He just like tells stories and whatnot while he's doing that. It just, I still recommend going to his channel because his other stuff's really good. The other funny thing is whenever he was dealing with like some detractors and whatnot, and he would do a list, you'd see him, he'd be like, have like 4 fingers up. He'd drop his pinky, drop his rings, he'd have the 2. And when he got to the final one, he'd drop his index finger and flip off the camera. He's just a man who had in my opinion, a very good sense of humor, a good storyteller, and was just someone who he was knowledgeable without appearing to be an asshole.
Send me a link when.
That's why I put in the chat. I'll just do it this way. We'll go to here, and I'll send you the 1986 one as well.
Who's this?
Paul Harrell.
Don't know him.
He passed, I think last year, from a cancer. I can't remember which one.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he passed about 4 months ago. But he was like an OG gun tuber and everything.
Mhm.
And yeah, then he ended up just getting a cancer. So he was on a crutch for a while because the chemo and everything fucking weakened him. And then he went for as long as he could. And now his brother's taken over the channel, which they had a transition that I'm just not the biggest fan of his brother, who looks at things from more of a law enforcement thing.
Ah.
Looking at it from a law enforcement isn't bad necessarily. It's just
It's a necessary evil.
Yeah, he looks at it too much from that.
Yeah, I mind law enforcement. You can tell my age. I come from an age when if you saw a policeman coming, if you weren't a criminal, you knew you were safe. There, I'll be 61 on my next birthday.
Again, you're an old fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mine and Tier's next birthdays will be 39.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be 39 in
Do you know
how
what that
many
means?
days?
Do you know what that means? It means you've got more of this shit to go through than I have.
Wait a minute, let me see how many more days. Calculate the day between.
You get
I'll
You
be
know-
back in just a moment.
also I have to say, Batman, about your cops over there is wow.
We don't have cops anymore.
I mean, I definitely,
In 49 days, I will be 39.
I'm definitely not going to tweet anything bad over in the UK, but I might join a rape gang. Get away with
Hey,
that.
Look, Craig.
Yeah,
Craig, this was
that's kind of a touchy subject. Are you
Right.
hold on a minute? Are you a Muslim?
No.
Then you wouldn't get away with it.
Oh.
Craig. You're gonna be walking
Oh.
down the street. There's gonna be a bunch of guys. You're just gonna be walking with them, and all of a sudden you're a member of a race gang. You just don't know how it fucking happened. Gonna have a kufi and everything. Like, what the fuck?
What, you mean I'm going to go raping? No.
Hey,
Not
just-
exactly.
Again, he's gonna be walking down. He's gonna have a kufi and everything. Like, what the fuck?
What?
He's gonna be speaking in Arabic.
I wouldn't normally bring it up, but again, some police person over there said something about extraditing.
He can get my ass.
Elon Musk and 365,000 Americans for saying naughty things on Twitter.
They can kiss my ass.
It will never happen. That's not how extradition treaties work.
Yeah.
they've got to apply for an extradition, and it's got to be approved. It wouldn't be approved,
And it's-
not even under Biden.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's that whole thing. It has to be something that'd be worthy of extradition that would
Yeah.
have to be considered typically illegal in both countries.
Mm-hmm.
And harmful to the parent company, the country that's asking for the
Extradition.
extradition. Thank you, Tia. My brain had decided to pause there.
You know, there was actually recently a man that was extradited from the UK to one of our local cities,
Uh-huh.
but for something you wouldn't actually think they would go for that extreme on.
Well, did he own a potato peeler?
No, he committed warranty fraud.
Hey,
Convicted what?
He submitted thousands of dollars worth of fraudulent warranty claims to a company, and when they called him out, when they caught him, he skipped town. He moved to the UK.
Right.
what he should have did was move to Northern Ireland. He'd have been fine.
No, he wouldn't. Northern Ireland's part of the UK.
Oh, Southern Ireland then. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, it's also correct me if wrong. That's the part of the UK where the cops still carry guns.
I don't know if they still do, but they did because of the IRA.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was
And the unionist terrorists as well.
But yeah, I thought that was the weirdest thing, because I heard that, like, they arrested and extradited somebody for warranty fraud.
Well, no, that stands to reason when you think about it. He's an American citizen, right?
Mm-hmm.
He breaks the law whilst in America, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Then he flees to another country.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
extradite him back for that.
Yeah. Not just
I mean-
because it's the right thing to do, but because it smooths the waters between both countries as well.
Yeah, if he was going to go to somewhere, he shouldn't have went to there. He should have went to
Brazil.
or France, since they still
Or
fucking.
somewhere that doesn't have an extradition treaty.
Well, no, France has a PDF file over there. Last I knew,
Yeah,
gotta stay.
France has got.
They got a standing ovation at the Oscars.
Yeah, France has got extradition treaties with the United States that just hardly ever honour them.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, he can go to Canada. Well, then again, if he's not facing the death penalty, he would be extradited.
Even if he was facing a death penalty, they would have extradited him.
Extradited.
No, France. Canada won't extradite you if one of the possible things is death, or at least under Trudeau.
Then lie about it.
We do that. Oklahoma does that all the time. There are states that do not like extraditing to states that have the death penalty. So what they'll do is they will charge and extradite for a lesser charge, and then when they get here, they drop the murder charge on them.
Oof. Or the charge they can get the death penalty. Well, you're fucked.
And do you live in Northern Ireland, Clown, or did you look it up?
He does
'Cause
not. He had
I
to have
don't know.
looked it up. He had to have looked it up. He does not.
Are we sure he doesn't live in Northern Ireland? I've never seen him here.
I visit him every Wednesday. I'm sure he doesn't live in Northern Ireland.
And one of these days, they'll probably give them bullets for those guns as well.
They'll just carry them in their top pocket. Okay, that joke's too old for me. Even I mean, Jesus.
Man. Tragic. I'm offended. I don't know why, but I'm offended.
That's a Barney Fife joke.
I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I was
how
gonna
you
say
get
it's gonna be
money
given
to
that
go
one bullet.
Yep.
The Barney Fife rule.
You're offended because you're woke.
I'm not woke. I'm half asleep.
He lied. Me, not you. I'm the one who lied.
Yeah. While while we made the Barney Fife joke, I have to tell the story. There is a little bitty town near where I grew up.
Called Mayberry.
No, it's called Burden, Oklahoma. They have a police force of four cops and 2 cars.
Wow.
And they decided they were going to start posting their bench warrant list on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they fucked up royally on their very first one because a bench warrant was issued for a 93-year-old woman for code violations because she didn't mow a field behind her house.
Was it her
He's
field?
93.
And that went over very well, including me, who was having to say, it's like, oh, that's a dangerous one there. Barney, you may have to put your bullet in the gun.
So it wasn't a town called Midwicton.
No, probably similar.
What about Stepford? It wasn't Stepford, was it?
Or Stratford, Team Shireton.
No, Stepford.
Oh,
you're-
Stepford. Well, for the greater good.
The greater good.
For the wives.
Oh. The Bird wife follows the normal Oklahoma pattern of being shaped like a bowling pin.
No, you never heard of the Stepford wives?
I have.
They were robots.
They were
Androids.
Robots.
Actually, they were androids, which is a robot, which is an artificial being built to mimic a human form.
Well, I thought the android was the... No, it's a cyborg. Never mind. Yeah, and android would be the one with mimic human form. Cyborg is a mixture of the two.
Yes.
Oh, and Travis, since I don't know if you were here for that, I found out that my old camera doesn't have a microphone port.
Oh shit.
It just means that in the next 6 months to a year or whatnot, I'll buy probably a $60 to $100 camera, or camcorder, and go through doing it that way. And I also found my old Fujifilm XP camera that I bought. I think it was my first deployment.
I'm so old, right?
Mm-hmm.
I now have fun standing in museums watching Gen Zs trying to work out where the camera is on a rotary phone.
Noise.
All depends on who raised them.
Usually Gen Xers.
Yeah. Well, what I mean by who raised them is if they're ones who raised them with an understanding of old technology, if they're ones who just did what a lot of boomers and Gen Xers did and just shoved electronics in their face and let that take care of everything.
Generally, I mean, going by what I've seen of my generation, because I was born in '64, so that makes me the last of the boomers, but raised as a Gen Xer. Generally encourage our kids to go out and play, like in the outside, like we did. And they go, Dad, I hurt me knee. Walk it off.
Walk it off. But it's outside. It's cold.
Yeah, like Gen X and millennials were like the last ones of like do you know where your kids are?
Yes, that generation. No, should I be worried? Should I know?
That's where it's like sometimes I get annoyed at Monkey because he'll bring up stuff that he's like, and these fucking millennials, and it's like, that one's actually a fucking Gen Zer one, bro. Oh, my absolute favorite was the comedians that would try that. They'd try knocking on fucking millennials about shit. They'd be like, I'll write something in cursive and sound like a broken record. And I'm like, you dumb motherfucker, millennials know what that is, you dumbass.
Yep.
Not only the broken record thing doesn't make sense now, because most of them do know, vinyl sales are up.
Yeah.
Do you know the funny thing is, every generation gets a bad rap.
Oh yeah.
Undeservedly, I might add.
Well, typically, what you also have, Monkey's one of the few exceptions for like the shit on millennials, because it's usually going to be boomers shit on millennials, and millennials are, it's, you know, like hate on boomers, and it's Gen X hates, you know, shits on Zoomers, and Zoomers shit on Gen Xers.
And everybody else. Usually shit on the generation before you and the generation after you.
Well, what I mean by the whole thing of like the boomers and millennials, it's just kids arguing with their parents.
Yeah. Hey, with some boomers and millennials, it's kids arguing with their siblings.
Oh, dude, I still thought it was so funny. I had an argument with a guy on Facebook who tried to tell me that Zoomers were actually the millennials because their generation was closer to when the millennial changed.
The what?
That was his justification. I had to go through and be like, no, fam. Here's what it is. These are the actual things. Because like I came in and I was like, yeah, except for this person's a Zoomer, not a millennial. And that's when he's like, no, because millennials are closer. I was like, no. Here's the thing. It's kind of like the boomers aren't actually, that's not their actual generation name. That's their nickname because they're the baby boomers.
Yep. And there's actually 2 different generations in there, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But here's one. My cousin's 2 sons. I mean, the oldest one was born in 79. The youngest one was born in 81, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When they were young, they were having this argument. It was hilarious because the eldest one turns to his brother and he goes, "You know, you were a mistake." The youngest one, calm as out, 8-year-old kid, turns to his older brother and says, "Yeah, I was a mistake, but they only had you because Dad's allergic to dogs." I mean, that's a mic drop.
Nice.
Yeah, you because Dad's allergic to dogs.
Well, yesterday I was again talking about it, and it's like we weren't talking about generations. We were talking about. It's like it was like, yeah, I was born in '82, so Reagan. I was a Reagan kid.
Oh, you're the same age as my brother.
Yeah.
You were a Reagan kid. Did him and Nancy ever visit?
No. I got to tell that story sometime and take too much time. My family, my grandparents absolutely hate Ronald Reagan, but I was like, oh yeah, you're a Reagan baby too, and then your sister, well, she was born a year after you. She's a Bush baby. Oh, damn it!
Oh,
Got the big bug eyes and everything. I know Tia went to the same place I went to.
Yes, I did.
I went to the sex joke because it's funnier.
Yeah. I don't know. She might have took it as the sex joke. I might have took it as the the adorable little animal.
That's the way I went.
Yeah, I won't there.
Wait a minute, Batman. What year were you born?
64.
953.
Yeah,
64. So you would be. Well, actually, you wouldn't be a Johnson baby. You would be a Wilson.
No, I wouldn't because I'm not American.
I know you would be a. That would 64.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Harold Wilson.
Wouldn't you be a? Wouldn't you be who was the prime minister in '63?
I don't know. I was too young to be interested.
he was an Queen Elizabeth baby. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a shit ton of them.
We want our queen back.
You'd be an
No,
Alex Douglas.
I'm not even British, and I agree with that statement.
You can have your queen back.
Yeah, it was Harold Wilson.
Oh, right. I'm kind of proud of myself for that one.
Yeah, Batman's just a little younger than my parents because like my dad was born in 60, my mom was in 61. Which I gotta remember.
64.
I gotta remember because my mom's birthday is coming up on the 14th.
Like I said, last year of eligibility to be a boomer, but if you're born in 64, you were raised as Gen X.
Oh, I still thought the funniest thing was I had a guy that I was in our unit, and the dude looked like he was 6 years older than me, but it turned out we were like damn near the same fucking age. He was like a year older than me. And he's just like, yeah, man,
Damn.
I'm so glad
Hard
I'm not.
living.
He's like, I'm so glad I'm not a millennial. And I was like, wait, when were you born? He's like, in the early 80s. And I was like, yeah, you're a millennial, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, no, man. I guess I identify more with the boomers. And I'm like,
Okay, and
God, I don't know where this is fucking going, but whatever, man.
You should have said you should have pointed it out if you was born in the 70s or from 65 to I think it was 82. You're a Gen Xer.
Most of what I've seen for the Gen Xer, it ends in like 79, 80.
I've heard 82. You can hear varying time scales from different places.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they're always a little bit different.
yep.
Because then, like, millennials is like from the early 80s till like mid 90s to sometimes almost the 2000s. But it's usually done before 2000.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're called millennials because they were growing up to approach the millennium.
They were the last full generation of the millennium.
Yeah.
About to play some more Snack of You.
I just I think a lot of it is undeserved because of the hate between them is undeserved because there are some horrible people in every one of them. There's some pretty base people and a lot more.
Oh, I mean, there's quite a few
yeah.
good folks from the boomers. I mean, my parents
You
are the
know.
reason why I'm the way I am, but because like the boomers took a lot of what was already put into motion that was basically a small ember that was gonna fuck up our economy and our society, and decided to pour fucking gasoline on it because it made them a quick buck. People will never be able to it's like very few people will ever be able to achieve and have what the boomers were able to so easily.
Yep.
Considering the fact that I can take that my parents filed Chapter 13 bankruptcy when I was 4 and still didn't have to sell the house. Granted, that's
Damn.
because my dad's also both my parents are were very determined not to have to fucking do that.
Rotten. Most of the boomers weren't able to do that either because they couldn't afford to. They were too busy working.
Well, back then, the feminism thing, you had mother
Wasn't
working in the
feminism
house.
back then. It was
Huh?
woman's lib. It was woman's lib back then.
Well, women's lived back then. Women stayed in the house. Father worked his ass off, and they
Well,
made shit work.
No, by the time
know-
by the time the boomers were parents, the whole feminism thing was in full effect, and women were
Yep.
a normal part of the workforce.
Do you know what the difference between a feminist from back then and a feminist from now is?
Intelligence.
The internet.
Yeah, that
I
makes
say
sense.
intelligence.
No, they were just as stupid.
Yeah, there were feminists that were just as dumb, but there's always been.
What was it? Valerie Solanas, the Scum Manifesto she wrote,
Uh,
and decided to barge into a publisher's office and try and stab him simply because he was a man.
Jesus.
That was stupid.
didn't she also? I thought wasn't one of them was one that shot Andy Warhol.
I think it was her as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and you want to talk about stupid accent during the women's lib movement? Irish women's lib burning their bras. They should have taken them off first.
Oh.
I'll still say this, like, I can kind of agree with the Andy Warhol thing, because, like, I'm in agreement with Polly. That man is way overrated and shouldn't be as known as he did.
Yeah, what's he famous for?
Wow.
I only know him of being famous for the fucking Campbell's soup painting.
I thought it was a Coca-Cola bottle that he did 4 different colour screenings of.
Probably that, but I know there was the Campbell's soup can that he did it in like 9 different ways, and it's the same thing, but just like with different color shades. And it's like,
He tried
Yeah,
to.
my art teacher said that Andy Warhol was to art what Muhammad Ali was to flower arranging.
okay, that actually can make some sense.
It does make sense.
I mean, you also have to remember like the postmodern art and whatnot. The reason it got to where it did is because of the CIA.
I hate postmodernism.
You know why
I
it
hate
is,
modern
right?
art.
You know why
Why?
modern art is the way it is? Is because it was one of the things we couldn't beat the Ruskies at for that whole thing. It's the reason why they pushed jazz so much, because it was expressionism and it was art for the sake of art. Because the Ruskies, you know, the commies would just have a kid sit down and basically be like, hey, congratulations, you're now going to be an artist, or you're going to be a violinist, and we're just going to have you do this for the rest of your fucking life.
But Commissar, I was born without arms. I cannot be a violinist.
You'll be a violinist and you'll like it.
He's the one.
No, Rotten's actually right, because I mean, you went to school in the Soviet Union. They found out you were good. Let's say you were good at gymnastics. You take to a special school.
Yep.
Yeah, you do your normal schoolwork, but the vast majority of your time at that school is gymnastics, and then some more gymnastics.
Yeah, like in all reality, for some of the ways it was done, it's actually a pretty good way to garner talent.
And you know, back in the 60s, I'd say from the 50s to the 80s, the Russians had the most efficient spy networks on the face of the planet.
Really?
Yeah, it's something that often comes up when you get the moon landing deniers, because if NASA had faked the moon landings, the Soviets would have known about it.
Oh yeah.
And there was no way they would let that go.
Oh, they would have let the cat out of the bag straight away, and the United States would still be trying to recover from that to this day.
I mean, they still have the argument that they're the ones with the first man-made object in space, and that's technically not true.
Oh.
Well, they did put the first man-made object on the moon.
Yeah, but the U.S. put the first man-made object in space on accident.
May I rant?
You know, because we put a manhole cover.
Actually, no. That is actually the United Kingdom's honour. We put the first man into space.
No.
It was experimenting with the first gas cookers went terrifically wrong.
But like, before you get on a rant, tragic and whatnot, you also have to remember that, yeah, like the Ruskies put a dog into space as well, and when it said they put a dog into space, not telling people that the dog was dead before it ever got to space because it was cooked alive.
Laika, no, the dog actually survived in space. It was cooked to death when it came back down.
Could have swore from what I heard that the thing actually died before, because the stuff they had for it actually failed before it's take off, and they're like, well, we're not waiting. And they were glad it died before it got to space, because basically the amount of food and water it had, the ending thing for it was poison, so it would die anyways.
Poor dog.
Yeah.
They actually went through a hell of a lot of dogs before they got the first, the one that everybody knows, the one that was in orbit for a few days. Actually, no, I think it died in orbit because they couldn't get it down.
From everything I've seen in that whole thing, granted, I had to look up more of it, was quite literally it died on the going up there and stayed in there because they didn't have planned to have it alive when it came back down. So it's because it had the whole thing of like the food that would go to it and whatnot, that the last serving was poisoned, so the dog would die anyways.
Possible as well.
Okay.
Poor dog.
But
the great thing.
Yeah, tragic. You wanted to go on a rant? Go for it.
Oh yeah, the great thing about this discussion is about the Soviet Union in this versus the United States in this space. They will bring up the Soviets were the first person to put an animal in space. They were the first person to do this. They put the first human in space, which they're wrong because they put a communist up there. We put the first human. And they said the only thing we were first at was the first person on the moon, and we claimed we won it because okay, fair, but while they were doing all that and we were doing everything else, we were matching them. Maybe a month or two behind, we were matching them. But also, while we were doing that, we were building the greatest economy on Earth. We were
Well, the British economy, thank you.
We were rebuilding Europe.
No, that was us. Yeah, that was both us and you, because we were paying Germany.
If it was before the Berlin, God,
we had the highest car ownership. We had two cars, and more people had two cars.
You're responsible indirectly for Greta Thunberg. Thanks for the admission.
No, that's just bad education systems.
We had the greatest education, one of the greatest education systems at the same time.
A very long time ago.
Yep, then they put in the fucking Board of Education.
But so by the time we put a man on the moon, that says, not only did we put a man on the moon, millions of people around the world were able to watch it live on a color TV set because we installed the networks, the satellites, and the transmission lines to do it.
And a lot of that was from British engineering.
I'm throwing you in there too because, we're kind of special relationship and all.
Yeah, but you're actually wrong. It was the Americans put the second man on the moon. Have you never seen that documentary, The First Men in the Moon? The Victorian scientists managed to get there.
That was made by...
it was covered by H.G. Wells.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean...
I have actually got Americans believing that one.
We're talking about the free world, which, the UK is
no longer a part
of the free world, at least at that time.
Yeah, but no, even America's not part of the free world.
Some states don't feel like it.
Yeah.
Civilizations are born, they grow up, they grow old, and then they die. But unlike other civilizations, our civilization is aware of this, so we should be able to forestall that or even reverse it.
I mean, France can't say that, they still have the same civilization.
I said civilizations.
I mean, they're on like their 15th one or something.
Yeah, you can't say France and civilization in the same sentence.
You can, it just wouldn't make fucking sense.
Yeah.
I mean, we can thank them from back in the day because it was for them that the reason why, like, we were able to get past our freaking, or it's like, they did help us with our freedom from Britain, which you also have to remember Britain's responsible for the most amount of independence days in the world.
And the most amount of democracies as well. And the most amount of developed countries in the world as well.
I just love the whole fact that it's like, if you kind of think about it in a way, we had it with France. We're like, hey, France, we need your help. Like, hey, man, we don't think we can help you and everything. We got this shit we're trying to take care of. We're like, we're warring with England. They're like, yo, dog, say less.
Oh, yeah. Ooh,
yep. And the troops, those French soldiers who fought for you, fought against, the vast majority of them were actually Hessian mercenaries.
So Germans?
Yeah. We barely put any actual British troops on the field because we were saving all of our fighting power for France. You were second choice.
We still won.
From what I've read, it was costing too much to keep the 13 colonies going.
Probably.
You are right. We did.
And look what happened to us after you got your independence. Yeah, we had a fucking world-spanning empire after we got rid of you lot.
And look at you now.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean-
because of World War II, and part of our war debt was to dismantle the British Empire, which was a huge mistake, if you ask me.
Yeah, you should have kept the
I
empire
don't disagree
together.
with you on
Wait.
that.
You know,
I mean, with the relationship between Britain and America, if we still had our empire and it was still going strong, how much more money would America be making in world trade?
Oh God.
We wouldn't be making that much because technically, as
Oh yes, you would.
Yeah, we
well,
would.
you'd be the superior power in
Yeah,
our
and-
relationship.
Yeah, and
You're not the superior power in our relationship. We are.
no,
you're
Like
not the
the wo-
superior power in your own relationship.
Like the world follows our lead. Like we're
No,
the
it
superior
doesn't.
power in this.
No,
It,
it really doesn't.
it does.
It doesn't.
It is the biggest consumer market. It is the biggest dealer and trader, and
I-
the dollar
Hold on.
is the current reserve currency for trade.
Yeah,
The world
it
follows America's lead.
it buys stuff off you, but it doesn't follow your lead. The
It
world is
does.
too busy. The world is too busy
Brother?
fighting among itself to follow anybody's lead.
I had to restart my phone, so I'm a little late to your game, but thank you for that. I needed the fun
honestly,
thing
I
about
did.
the dog.
Sorry, Angela.
My
Honestly,
brother says that dog lived, damn it. It became a guardian of the galaxy.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
I say we let the British have their empire back.
Say we let them have it back too. We need something to dismantle.
No. See, if they had the empire back, they'd be dealing with the stuff in the Middle East. They'd be dealing with the stuff in Asia. They'd be dealing with the stuff in Africa, and we'd just be over here making Cadillacs and chilling.
You know,
That's true. Fair enough.
If we hadn't lost the British Empire, there's another thing. Political correctness would never have made its way across to our shores. Therefore, the
Because-
stuff in the Middle East just wouldn't be happening because we wouldn't allow it.
Again, it's because you guys follow our lead.
No, our academics follow your lead, and follow your academics' lead, who follow who were following the Soviets' lead, but are now following the Chinese lead.
Again, you guys follow our lead.
So basically, the world is following China's lead.
Oh, fair enough.
You know,
They're insidious.
They are. They're Chinese.
Wow.
but on the
Yes,
other hand,
it's all right. When you can take the stone from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
But on the other hand, I spent the entire afternoon watching Hell's Kitchen and Top Gear, so not exactly who runs the world anymore, anyways.
Yeah, do you know what film I watched over Christmas? My top favorite Christmas movie.
What, Die Hard?
Nope. Best Christmas movie ever made.
Oh, okay. It's a Wonderful Life.
Yes,
Aw.
it is the best Christmas movie ever made.
I was almost half expecting him to be like, jolly whores get their stockings stuffed.
No, that's the second best Christmas
Oh.
ever made.
No. No. The second best Christmas movie is Debbie does Santa.
No, it's Debbie Does the North Pole.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought Debbie does Santa. That's what I've always called it.
Yeah, but she doesn't
was
do
gonna
Santa though,
say-
because Mrs. Claus kicks her face in.
No. You didn't see the ending? It was a threesome between her, Santa, and Debbie.
That wasn't Santa. That was Rudolph in
Ooh.
disguise.
Oh. I was wondering why Santa's nose kept flashing red. Huh.
Stop it.
What? Just talk about a movie.
Stop it.
Rudolph the undead reindeer had a decomposing nose, and if you
If
ever
you ever
saw
saw
it,
him.
you would scream and say it's gross.
All of the other reindeer used to
You
run
see what
and flee.
No, they used to run and scream in fear. They didn't want dead Rudolph getting anywhere near.
Then one crappy Christmas Eve, Santa came to slay Rudolph.
I hate you both.
What? Do you want me to say my favorite Christmas song?
Then there's another classic
'cause we're
song now,
past
when
Christmas.
the dead Robin comes flopping along.
I'll say my favorite Christmas song.
No.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Coming back from our house Christmas Eve.
Coming home from our house Christmas.
My favourite Christmas song is the one from Guardians of the Galaxy.
What?
Yeah, the one. Yeah, I don't know what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here.
I've seen Grandma kissing Santa Claus.
No, you got it wrong. It's I saw Mommy kicking Santa Claus in his Christmas balls last night.
Oh boy.
Jingle bombs, mine blew up, you see. Where are all the virgins that Bin Laden promised me? Jingle bombs, I think I got screwed.
While shepherds washed their socks by night, all seated round a tub, the angel of the Lord came down and took them to the pub.
Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg.
All right, that's enough.
The Batmobile. Huh? What?
We're done with Christmas.
Well, Valentine's doesn't have any songs, and even does St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, Valentine's Day does have songs, but they're all songs about trying to get freaky with someone.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are many different ways to get freaky.
St. Patrick's Day? Easily black and tan and
pretty much anything from the
Dropkick
Murphys.
Christmas hiding from Mariah Carey.
Oh yeah, and Tia?
Yes.
Christmas message from Batman for you.
What?
The Joker is safely behind bars. The Batmobile's wheels are operational. Robin is a human, incapable of laying eggs, and I bathe every day.
Doesn't stop you from smelling.
Yes, it does.
Yes, no, it doesn't.
Unless you're on about using my olfactory senses.
Oh, Lord. And I wasn't talking about your Robin. I was talking about a Robin. See?
No, you weren't. I know what that song's about. And I can tell you're lying as well.
You can't tell me I'm lying.
I can tell that you're lying because your nose just shot past my window.
That's not my nose, you perv.
That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. Cinderella in the next Disney movie to lie and sit on Pinocchio's face and go on, Pinocchio, tell us some lies.
Tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies. I can't wait to see Taco Brown and the 7 unhappy midget people.
No.
What? You don't want to see Taco Brown? No, Taco Brown.
No, that film is going to bomb sensationally.
No, it's not. It's not going to bomb sensationally. It's going to nuclear. It's going to go nuclear. It's going to ruin all. It's going to ruin Disney and everyone involved's career. Even Charlize. Even Gal Gadot's.
Well, since you brought up Disney, did you see that Disney's like paying movie theaters to show more showings of Mufasa, even though Sonic 3 is making theaters more money?
Yeah.
Like they're bullying theaters into doing that, and it's just like I think all the theaters should just be like, no.
I was gonna say they're not bullying them if they're paying them.
Yes, but they are trying to bully them because even though they're trying to pay them or use that as a way to freaking do it, if they were to show more of Sonic 3, they would make more money.
Yeah, but that's
It's like anybody who's got any fiscal sense has been kicked out of Disney. Oh, and sorry if I've ruined your stream, Broughton.
Oh no, you haven't said
My
anything that would get me kicked off.
Oh, I would say the magical tiny dimensions word, but I wouldn't want to do that.
What, Australia?
No,
Nicaragua,
Tuesday?
nope,
Antiquing.
Kangaroo?
nope.
Aborigine?
It's shiny. Daffodil, bite, and his favorite, his most used word, ass.
I still just love that episode. And he's like, "Well, come on, guys, what is it?" And he's just like, "Antiquing."
No, Spinner, stop trying to. Sorry. I couldn't get out there. It's stuck with glue or something.
Oh, I definitely blame Tay for all of this.
Don't blame me.
Too late.
Mm-mm.
All right, well, we're not quite near the hour mark, but we're slowly getting in there. So I fear we'll discuss a little of next week. Do we want to do Nobody, or do we want to do the next National Treasure movie?
I haven't seen Nobody, and I haven't seen National Treasure 2, so it's up to you guys.
I'd like to do National Treasure.
Okay.
So
So I was going to say we could do it. It's like, yeah,
Nobody.
the second Nobody movie comes out this year, but there's still plenty of times. We could always go through a couple of Cage movies and then use Nobody as a palate cleanser.
I'd like to do Linda Carter back in 1978.
We're not talking about sex.
Oh, I'll see myself out.
Yeah, so we'll do National Treasure, Bangkok Dangerous, then Knowing, and then we'll do Nobody. Because I have a feeling Knowing's going to be one of those movies.
National Treasure, that's a Nicolas Cage film, correct?
Yes, we're doing the second one.
When he's given the right script and the right direction, he is a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, but when he's allowed to cut loose and do some weird and wacky shit, he's even better.
Depending on the film.
It depends.
Yeah, because
that's
have you seen The Color from Space?
We
No,
haven't
not
gotten
yet.
that far yet. We're
That is a horrible film.
only in the getting into the late 2000s. But have you seen him in Willy's Wonderland?
No, but
You
I've
should.
He's amazing.
Willy's
Well, my first-
Wonderland. In Willy's Wonderland, that was supposed to be the original Five Nights at Freddy's movie. So it is
Uh-huh.
Nicolas Cage fighting possessed animatronics. So a little bit of a spoiler, but he does not have an actual line of dialogue in the entire movie.
My head canon is that he is literally Ghost Rider on vacation.
My introduction to Nicolas Cage was Raising Arizona.
That's a good one.
That's a good
Border
movie.
War is still one of my
So
personal
good.
favorites.
Yep.
I mean, heck, I think it was Red Rock West was way better than I expected. Zandalee was even better than I expected.
I'm a little
Have you ever seen a TV show called My Name Is Earl?
Yes.
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 Is it me, or is Earl based on Nicolas Cage's character from Raising Arizona?
Plausibly. I mean, Kiss of Death was great, but that was more of a David Caruso movie than a Nicolas Cage, where
Nick
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage played the bad guy. And
Oh,
and that was the one I think it was I know it was me, Tier, and I'm pretty sure it was me, Tier, and James
Yeah.
that we
wasn't
had
there.
like a almost 30-minute discussion of how Michael Rappaport's death scene should have been longer.
What should have been longer. And Andrew, I'm still pissed at you.
have you ever seen the alternate pilot episode to My Name Is Earl?
No.
Mm.
He gets the wrong idea about karma and thinks he's got to go around getting his own back on everybody who wronged him. He ends up losing the lottery ticket, and that illegal Mexican girl steals it and gets filthy rich. He's wandering out of his apartment about across the road, and Joy and her husband run him over,
Oh,
killing them.
wow.
Yeah. I mean, that was a brilliant show, though.
Oh, here's one for you from Nicolas Cage's catalog. Have you seen him in 8mm?
No.
No.
That is one that I recommend, but that is one that if you are a drinker, save the drinking until you're done because you're probably going to be a bit angry, but also slightly happy.
What the hell's that one he was in? Where he's a knight from the Crusades, and
That's
the
one of the
cast-
newer ones. We're not anywhere near there.
Gotten there yet.
that's a good one as well.
Yeah, the two newest ones we've done is when I introduced Tyr to Drive Angry, and before that he had introduced me to Willy's Wonderland.
And there's that one he did where he's a Jewish pilot as well. Cohen Air.
On air.
I know. I'm making a bad joke.
I know. I'm just throwing it out there in case anybody missed it.
It was
I liked
It was a good joke. It was a good
Yeah.
joke.
I like
I'm
the Dr. Bert Narany's xylophone. That was a good one.
Captain Corelli's mandolin.
That's what I said.
I mean,
No,
in
he
all
said
reality,
xylophone.
with how we have, like, yes, Nicolas Cage definitely has some stinkers, but he definitely has some good movies as well.
Yes, he has some real like time to kill.
Yeah.
I often wonder what his Superman movie would have been like.
I really, really would have loved that.
I think it would have been absolutely terrible.
I didn't
I don't
say
know.
it would be good. I would have loved to see it though.
Oh yeah.
I
You
don't know. I
realize-
think I'm happy with that he didn't get it.
You realise there's a universe out there somewhere in the multiverse where that movie was actually released.
Yeah, there's also a universe out there where Batgirl was released.
And that was horrible.
Yeah, I know. But it couldn't have been as bad as the Batwoman TV series.
I don't know. Yeah, he's had a lot of good movies, a lot of better movies than people think of, especially from the late 80s to like the late 2000s. He had quite a few good movies.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Like Wind Talkers was fucking good, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me of that one, actually.
I still think it's funny. He did a reboot movie that actually had more of a plot than the original. Do you know what movie I'm talking about, Batman?
Remind me.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
I haven't seen any of those films.
Dude, okay.
Yeah.
I actually still, even though the original movie has like almost no plot after 20 minutes, I recommend watching it.
It's a good movie.
Quite literally,
just a shifty bit.
quite literally, it has like a 45-minute chase scene.
And they destroy a shit ton of cars.
Yeah.
People in Star Trek Online don't like mentioning that movie when I'm around. Because
Why?
I asked them if they're on about the movie where somebody turns into a reptilian alien in a minute.
Born in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious 8. The
I-
Born Identity.
I will also say Bringing Out the Dead is a great movie as well, mostly just for Ving Rhames when they're
I'll be banging.
they're in the freaking like little theater for like concerts and whatnot for like rock bands and shit like that, like punkers and shit. And it's like, what's his name? I'll be banging. I don't know.
No, Frederick. Frederick.
Was it Frederick? Freddie?
All right, I'll be banging.
I bang. Lord, bring back I be banging.
It's got nothing to do with Nicolas Cage, but have you seen a film from 2013 called The End?
This is the end.
Oh, that's
James Franco.
No, I haven't
No.
seen it.
Basically,
I've only seen bits and pieces of it because it's like, isn't that one that's written by Seth Rogen?
Yeah, but it's actually good because it's the apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
The biblical apocalypse. But there's this bit where James Franco's getting attacked by all these other celebrities, right?
Hmm.
And because he's become like the good person, he's this beam of light hits him and starts lifting him up to heaven. So he looks down, and starts laughing at the people who were trying to kill him, and the beam of light just snaps off and he falls back down.
Oof. Mm-mm.
Well, guys,
Wow.
I'm gonna pop off. I gotta go to bed.
All right. Good night, Travis.
Yeah,
I
we're
really
only
have
we're
to
only gonna be
too.
going for about another like 10 minutes or so max.
Mm.
I thought his
Until
name was
it's
Travis.
warm. Yes.
Travis
Tragic.
Tragic. He usually goes by Tragic Gardner. He's the one who has the entire golf club saga.
Ah,
Oh, I gotta tell that story again sometime.
You honestly
Tell
ought to
tomorrow.
make it a video.
Oh, tonight. Today.
Like,
Tom, damn
especially,
it.
do you have pictures of the golf club?
I do somewhere.
If you have like pictures, especially from like of different spots of it, you should totally go through and do a golf club saga video. Explain everything.
Oh,
Mr. Scott, there's actually a DC universe where Superman was Batman.
I don't even.
Look up an Elseworlds comic called Speeding Bullets.
I do need to get it. Do need to tell the story of the golf club. I
Do.
do need to find the pictures and remember all the details. Because Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, that's one that you
Mhm.
can go. That's why I said it should be. You should make a video out of it, because then you can just go through and write everything down from it and think it all out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I like about Seth Rogen?
That is Jewish.
I don't have to watch his movies.
Even better. You know what I like about Sarah Silverman?
Brother?
She was
Is
in
that-
blackface while wearing a Nazi uniform.
Well, yeah. That too.
Is that movie The End that Batman was talking about?
Yeah,
I did want
Yep.
to hate about Sarah Silverman.
No.
No.
I saw her in Star Trek Voyager and thought, oh, she's all right. Subsequent encounters with her on media. The fucking hell is this crazy woman on?
Sarah Silverman did not used to be as bad as she is, but I
Yeah.
prefer her brother Jonathan. He's actually a better actor, and he's got better comedic timing when it comes to acting.
I did like her when they were doing the whole Jimmy Kimmel Matt
Fucking Matt Damon.
Matt Damon thing. That song.
Oh, fucking Matt Damon.
She's fucking Matt Damon.
I'm not imagining he's you. I'm fucking Matt Damon. She's fucking Matt Damon.
On the chair, on the stair.
Oh no, place what we did out here. Like, fucking Matt Damon.
I mean, he's another good actor.
yeah.
Matt
Matt
Damon
Damon-
is an excellent actor.
Matt Damon.
What was that? Wolf?
I said Matt Damon is an excellent.
Have you ever seen Euro Trip?
No,
I don't believe so.
Oh, it's a good film. Yeah, the band at the start, and the lead singer's Matt Damon.
Oh, that's the Sky Doesn't Know one, right?
Yeah,
One of the most well-known songs. It's not actually a pop 100 or top 100 song.
I can't find it anymore, but I saw somebody there taking that song and put it to clips of Mr. Scott from the original series and all these women that he'd been with all that time.
Matt Damon's
Matt
the first movie
Damon.
Matt Damon was ever in was actually Mystic.
Matt Damon.
First movie I ever saw him in was Dogma.
I can't even remember which the first movie I saw him in.
He was in a lot of movies before Dog.
Yeah, usually with Ben Affleck, from what I hear.
But no, the first movie he was ever in was Mystic.
You know, I'm surprised nobody's ever thought about doing that. You know, Ben Affleck playing Batman and somebody getting Matt Damon to turn up at the set dressed as Robin.
Matt Damon.
I still think it's funny for that whole thing. They had actually originally planned to make Matt Damon's character very smart and intelligent because he's actually a relatively smart dude. And
Mhm.
because the doll just looks so fucking bad, they're like, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Like a
Yeah.
fucking Pokemon.
Oh god, the Michael Moore suicide bomber. Like he could run that fast. Hold on, like he could run.
Durka, Jihad. Muhammad Ali Jihad. Durka. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
I love your balls. So,
Suck my.
Yeah, there's another show I missed from the early 2000s.
What?
I'll give you a clue, shall I?
What?
You're Not the Boss of Me now.
Oh, Malcolm in the Middle.
Yep.
that was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
It ended too soon. I would like to see Malcolm in
Actually,
college years.
it ended on just the right time.
I would have
at
liked to
its
see him in
height.
his college years.
Yeah, but it would have started to trail off then and die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one where he found that they were given that computer and he found that basically the Sims on it.
Yeah,
Right.
and he made everybody stupid and made himself incredibly intelligent. And he fucking
Yeah. He was the only one who was a failure.
hmm
Mhm.
But it's been almost 2 hours and we're going to get out of here. Angela's channel is in the description. I made sure I got it updated for this one, so hers will be in all the stuff now, so you can go check out her channel, all the things she's done. I
Mhm.
think Tier's pretty much dead to YouTube other than Minions and my show.
I might do a game stream on this one because it's only game and they can't fucking ding me for that shit.
And they can do
You'd be
whatever they want.
surprised.
Pretty much, yeah.
I hopefully the next couple weeks should be able to get a couple more videos out. I didn't realize that for my whole thing for when I'll have vacation isn't it's like you start to make it through this week and then all of the following week, and it's not because I don't get the tooth until the 28th.
Mhm.
Oh, I am so looking forward to being able to eat normally again.
Good night, brother.
Night.
Good night, Angela's brother.
Good night, clown. Stream Uncle. Bye.
Oh
And
yes,
since-
Angela.
Go ahead.
I got my glasses.
Good.
You did? Awesome.
Yeah.
So you can
I'm
see now.
I'm getting used to them. And yeah, I can see perfectly now, and I hate it.
Oh,
Because
No,
you
no.
can now see the flaws and everything. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
now I've got to do housework.
Well, you guys can argue about that later and that whole thing. So obviously be sure to check out Tier's channel on it's like on Rumble, because that's where I am usually 3 sheets to the wind, if not just absolutely shithouse by the end of it.
Mhm.
I would like you to employ an English term of phrase for that.
What, absolutely shithouse?
Rat-arsed.
I mean, typically, if you want to make it sound really English and whatnot, all you have to do is put absolute in front of it.
No, that's only for like the upper middle class in the like home counties. We don't really count them as English.
oh,
But I don't know
Especially
if Batman has a channel, otherwise known as the Furry Bastard.
No.
Otherwise known that English bastard over across the pond.
But me and Tier will be back tomorrow on the Minions, and I will be at the gym, and he'll be playing a Star Trek game.
Yes,
and
I
there
will
may
be.
I'll
and there
be
may
at
even be
the arcade, so.
there may be Star Trek talk. Angela will be over on Mr. Adams' channel, playing Mr. AJ's Retro Arcade, if I remember correctly, is the stream title.
Yep.
And there's
That
all a bunch of different stuff throughout the week of the other minions. Never Watch Alone, obviously the Midnight Show, Saturday Matinee at the Arcade with Angela, Adam, and usually Quiz.
Yep.
It's an arc.
We're doing Coming to America this week.
I don't
Nice.
Hey,
know.
fuck you! Yes! Fuck you too!
No, I'm deaf.
Will's got all his streams that he does on Saturday where he's either painting or playing video games with Moonshock, or just playing video games. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She's your queen to be.
I might even try to do some test footage tomorrow with my actual camera just to see how it plays out, and throw it on YouTube of me driving and whatnot.
Nice.
It's gonna look jankier and shit of just having a fucking camera recording videos just sitting on my dash. I'll make sure I edit it to where it's like, yeah, there's stuff in there that's like somewhat doxing of whatnot where it is, but I just won't let really my work and like my actual parents' house be seen.
Good choice.
Have a good one, folks. We're gonna get out of here. Only holiday company time soon is Valentine's Day, and
Singles Awareness Day.
most of us are single, so it means absolutely nothing for some of us.
Hey, it's the
Nope.
day my divorce came final. I celebrate every year. Since then.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and ever since Tay fell out with his mother, he doesn't get any Valentine's cards anymore.
Well, seeing as how my mom died, of course I don't get any fucking Valentine's Day card.
Huh, my mum died and I still get Valentine's cards off her.
God damn it.
Disturbing.
No, it's not.
Very.
No, it's not. He must have hired a lich to speak to her and whatnot. It's okay.
Now we need to let rotten court close up.
The only reason he gets that is his mom specifically spent money to have him sent for the next 20 years, being like, "You're still a failure."
You're a failure. I hate your guts.
You who's
Love
right.
mine.
All right.
Love your mother.
Y'all take it easy. We're going to get out of here. We'll be watching. And next week, we'll be doing a review on the second National Treasure movie. So take it easy.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Join us again next week, or you can check out the other people in the panel in the description and see us again plausibly on one of their channels, or just check out what work they've done. Have a good week, everyone.